Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that your skeleton could never rust. No decay. No irritation from the acids inside your body. Light as plastic, yet strong as steel. Sounds like the trailer for a Marvel movie, rewritten by an anatomy professor. The good news? You don't need a genetic mutation. Part of that superhero already exists in real life, and it's living inside millions of people as artificial hip joints, orthopedic screws, and dental implants. Its name is titanium. The real question isn't, how strong is titanium? A more interesting one is, what in its physical structure makes it nearly immortal against corrosion? And why does our body treat it like a trusted friend instead of an invader? It might sound like marketing hype, but the deeper you go, the more the story feels like a superhero film, starring an ultra-thin suit of armor, only a few atoms thick. Most metals fear water and air. Iron meets oxygen and rusts. Aluminum reacts too, but at least it forms a decent protective oxide layer. Titanium goes one step further. The instant titanium touches air, it creates an extremely thin layer of titanium dioxide on its surface. Just a few nanometers thick. A nanometer is 1/1000th of a meter. Your hair is roughly 80. 0, 0, 0 to cento. 000 nanometers wide. Titanium's armor is about 10,000 times thinner than a strand of hair, almost invisible. Yet that layer is unbelievably stubborn. It clings tightly to the surface, blocking oxygen, seawater, and chemicals from penetrating deeper. If scratched, it regenerates almost immediately once exposed to air again, like a knight carrying a spare suit of armor in their pocket. That's why titanium can swim in seawater without rusting. Submarines, offshore rigs, and marine equipment love it the way people love ice cream on a hot day. Even in mildly acidic environments, titanium stays calm. No drama, no peeling. And here's what truly sets it apart. That oxide layer doesn't just protect the metal, it's friendly to human cells. That's why doctors can place a piece of titanium inside your body without triggering a full-blown immune alarm. A metal that builds its own armor and is accepted by the human body. It almost sounds too perfect. But superheroes need more than armor. They need strength. Titanium has a density of about 4
practically empty.
Namga centimet.
Now for this
while
one,
steel sits around 7.
wow,
Namga
that is heavy.
centimet. If numbers feel abstract, picture 2 suitcases of the same size, one made of steel, one of titanium, both equally strong. The titanium one would feel nearly half as heavy, like removing several outfits from your luggage without losing structural strength. That's why the aerospace industry is obsessed with titanium. Every kilogram saved on an aircraft isn't just a number. It's fuel saved across tens of thousands of flight hours. It's extra passengers or cargo. A plane made entirely of steel? Good luck getting it off the ground. Titanium's strength-to-weight ratio ranks among the highest in the metal world. You can pull, bind it, or compress it without it easily breaking. At the same time, it handles high temperatures far better than aluminum. Inside jet engines, where temperatures climb into the hundreds of degrees Celsius, titanium keeps its structural integrity. So when people call titanium a super material, they're not entirely exaggerating. It truly carries a rare combination of abilities: light, strong, corrosion-resistant, and heat-tolerant. But if it's so perfect, why don't we build everything from titanium? The answer circles back to trade-offs. Titanium isn't easy to machine. It conducts heat poorly compared to steel, causing heat to build up right at the cutting point during manufacturing. Tools wear out faster. Production slows down. Costs climb. It also reacts with air at high temperatures. So welding titanium requires carefully controlled inert gas environments, not the weld it and spray water approach. On top of that, refining titanium consumes enormous energy. You're not just paying for raw material, you're paying to keep everything clean, intensely hot, and perfectly controlled. One small mistake, and titanium absorbs oxygen or nitrogen, turning brittle and useless. That's why titanium feels like a demanding superhero. It saves you from corrosion, reduces weight, and coexists peacefully inside the human body. But to recruit it into your team, you need the right budget and engineering discipline. And maybe that's the most fascinating lesson of all. Superpowers in the material world don't come from magic. They come from atomic structure, from an oxide layer thinner than a hair by tens of thousands of times. From numbers that seem dry but quietly change how planes fly and how people walk again after injury. The next time you hear the phrase premium titanium frame, don't just think about the price. Think about an invisible armor that constantly rebuilds itself. An aircraft made hundreds of kilograms lighter. A tiny screw inside someone's bone doing its silent job. If the world of metals starts to feel like a miniature superhero universe, maybe it's time to discover a few more characters. Who knows? There might be a superpower in your pocket right now, just waiting to be named.